What's up, and welcome back to another Kinda Funny Summer Game Fest 2022 live reaction. Of course, I'm Tim Geddes, and I'm joined by the new face of video games, Blessing Adeoye Jr.
What's up, Tim Geddes?
And rounding out the crew for today, we got the Big Daddy himself, Greg Miller.
My Buster Sword is ready.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it is. Of course, we're reacting today to the Final Fantasy VII 25th anniversary celebration. I can't believe it, Greg. Let me tell you a quick little story about Final Fantasy VII.
Please do.
The first EGM, Electronic Gaming Monthly, that I ever bought was the issue where this game was being reviewed. And
wow.
Changed my life forever. Okay. I'm looking at this thing, they're reviewing it so highly. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I wouldn't end up playing it for a couple of years, but I will always remember Final Fantasy VII's reviews because it led to my, from then on, monthly obsession with Electronic Gaming Monthly. I had read them before at the Walgreens or whatever, but that was the time I was like, I was subscribed and I was
they've earned your money. Like we've earned your money on patreon.com/kindafunnygames.
Exactly. But here's the thing. I'm really excited, you guys. This could be it.
How excited are you?
I could not be more excited. And that's the problem with this.
Yeah, I was going to say, how many times have you been burned, though? You know what I mean?
A lot, and especially from anniversaries. We say this a lot. People build up these anniversaries, and they end up being duds, 10 minutes, not that much time. But there's a lot of signs here, them doing the whole please be excited bit and all that. And again, that started as a bad thing, but it ended up with Final Fantasy VII Remake. So I feel like Final Fantasy VII Remake coming to Xbox, pretty likely. All right. But then there's two things that I'd be looking forward to. One being Remake Part 2, which I hope, and I feel good about it. I feel good about it. Okay. But then the other thing is all these rumors about a Crisis Core remake. Be still my beating heart. Like I will not believe it till I see it. However, I wouldn't be surprised if those two things might be one and the same somehow.
What?
So I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see. In the chat, we have Coolidge Justinel saying we already saw Kingdom Hearts 4. We're def seeing part 2 today. That's a good point. Kingdom Hearts 4 is real. That's true. They announced it. So we'll see. But I'm hyped. Bless you, hyped.
I'm excited. I'm not as hyped as you. I'm trying to manage those expectations. But, you know, we've talked about it before with Kingdom Hearts 4. Square Enix is in such an interesting place as a publisher because they just sold off Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal to Embracer Group. And we had a conversation about, like, all right, what does that mean for the core Square Enix? You know, are they driving up the price? Like, is this them leaning fat? Is that why you got the announcement of Kingdom Hearts 4? Do you then announce Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2? That way, when Sony looks to pick you up, they're forking up all the money. You know, I think that's the big thing I could see here. But you know, I'm trying to you know, sit back, relax, and let whatever happen.
Oh no, it's one of those countdowns. Sorry, everybody got excited.
Okay, we still got.
I'd be down for an orchestra. I want a Final Fantasy VII remake orchestra.
Very Xbox feeling countdown here.
That's a good point. That is a good point. Because otherwise, this might just be like a generic countdown thing.
Do you think Square got bought by Xbox?
I don't know if this is one of the generic ones though.
Well, it's not the YouTube Premiere one, but this might just be. They went to videoblocks.com and got this or something. Because
they went to assets.org.
Assets.org.
But yeah, I mean, the thing is, from rumblings that I've heard, I'm feeling pretty good about the potential of this being the remake's date. Now, in my
remake's date.
No, sorry. Today being the date that they announced.
Gotcha.
I said that in the worst way possible. But yeah.
I think, you're going to get a teaser, right? And they'll be like, coming eventually.
Yes, which honestly, that's all I want. I just want to be able to start the countdown to this thing.
Sure.
That is going to be very, very, very far away. But I'm telling y'all right now, man, Crisis Core is dope as shit. And if we get a remake of it that cuts out some of the worst elements of it, it's going to be awesome. I mean, I would even be happy if they just let us, exactly. If they just gave us a way to play Crisis Core legally, easily these days.
What's the pitch on Crisis Core?
It's a prequel to Final Fantasy VII that you play as Zack, who you've met briefly.
Was in Remake.
Yes, exactly.
He's like reverse Cloud.
Yes, and you kind of play through that whole scenario.
Is he Cloud's Heartless?
It's more of his nobody.
You know, honestly, it is somewhere in between that. But it's a really cool story that kind of gives the origin of Sephiroth and Cloud and Zack and a lot of the crew that we know, and including Aeris. Oh yeah, the hype begins.
1 minute. Will this be an amazing presentation, or will it be another Final Fantasy 15 event?
I'm scared for Tim because I feel like Tim is the one that has the most stakes in this.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, again, look, this goes one of two ways for me. My dreams come true, or my dreams aren't coming true yet, but they will eventually.
That's true.
Because like part 2 is gonna happen. I just hope that it's here. The fact that they're building it up even this much with the countdown and shit is either generic video blocks.com stuff, or they're giving me everything I've ever dreamed of, you guys.
Like, the thing is, we say the worst that can happen.
Why are you getting more excited?
Because
bring it down. Bring it down. Be excited for their chibi mobile game they show you.
No, I'm gonna be excited about this because Final Fantasy VII Remake came out.
Shit.
It happened.
This countdown is insane.
Anything is possible. This was the beginning of Year of Dreams. Now it's a decade.
Things are possible.
Now announcing Final Fantasy VII Remake NFTs.
Jesus. Bite your tongue.
Out today.
Oh man, guys.
What does that mean?
Already got chills. Advent Children. Damn, we're going all the way back to the old school mobile games, like pre-smartphone.
This has big, like, opening to a VHS I'm watching in school, and I like it.
Yeah. About to learn some science.
Genesis.
Earth's core is filled with magma. Mole people live down there.
Les, can you believe Dirge of Cerberus was a third-person shooter on the PS2?
Yes, I can. I absolutely can believe that. The Final Fantasy VII shit is insane. They put out a mobile battle royale. Anything is possible.
Cloud, let us defy destiny together.
Yo.
Gonna drop plate number 7.
You're gonna do what?
What the?
Take on the Xbox, right? Game Pass.
Do not play FF7. These are spoilers.
This will be a memory to
Yeah, it's
cherish
all
for the rest of
intergrade
your
footage.
lives.
This is all nonsense. You can't make heads or tails of this.
What have you done?
That was Bear and everybody.
We deserve what's coming to him.
God, I love Barrett.
But I'm not your.
Uh-oh, what's happening?
Now,
What's
Bear,
happening?
true story, you're named after the bear in this game.
No, I'm older than
Now,
Let the hunt begin.
surrender to the darkness.
Who's that guy?
Embrace it.
This is just wrong.
Xbox?
Steam.
tomorrow.
That's cool. If you told me that was on Steam
皆
already,
さ
I
ん
would
こん
have
にちは。
Yep.
ファイナルフ
It
ァン
was
タジ
Epic
ー
exclusive.
725周年放送、ファイナルファンタジー7 25th アニバーサリーセレブレーションの案内役を務めます北瀬義則です。この放送では FF7 に関連したさまざまな情報をお届けしていきます。
Final Fantasy VII might have a
短い
top
時
one
間ではありま
soundtrack.
すが、皆様にお伝えしたい最新情報がたくさんありますので、ぜひ最後までお付き合いください。
Are we
最初にご覧いただい
watching
た
the
の
wrong
は
version?
ファイナルファン
Yeah,
タ
we
ジー
should
7リメイ
subtitles.
クインターグレードの Steam 版の配信決定のお知らせでした。
There we go.
スティーブンユーザーの皆さん、お待たせいたしました。
No.
ついにこの日がやってまいりました。
How do I?
プレイステーション4版ファイナルファンタジー7リメイクは
You gotta stop using those VPNs,
皆様に
Barrett.
大変高い評価をいただきました。 昨
This
年
game
は
think
プレイ
the
ステーション
computer
5
thinks you're in
版
Europe.
そして PC 向けにはファイナルファンタジー7リメイクインターグレードをエピックゲームストアで発売いたしました。この度 Steam でリリースすることで
Close call.
さらに多くの
Wait,
プ
this
レイヤー
is
の皆さんに
so
楽
weird.
しんでいただきたいと考えてお
There's
り
no
ます
hard-boiled subtitles?
またファイナルファンタジー7リメイクインターグレードは
There you go, bless.
I'll let you
地
go.
域で発
Where
売
is
され
it?
ている Steam デックにも対応いたします。
Let's fucking go. We're in it, baby.
Steam デックなら場所を選ばず気軽に本作をお楽しみいただけます。さて続いては
It's weird. The version I'm
25
seeing over here
周
on
年に関
YouTube
連した
hasn't
情
baked
報を
in.
ご
Whatever.
覧ください。
I don't understand YouTube.
Chief Chaos says subtitles come out in a DLC pack in a few years.
Oh, this is a cool clock.
That's a cool clock. That's a cool clock. Okay.
It's a cool
Change it
remix.
green. Oh, that's cool. Get groovy, Greg.
No one wants to have fun except you and me, Barrett, and it's because you're named after the Final Fantasy VII, Barrett.
Oh, okay.
And I'm named
Oh,
after
shit.
the famous Greg.
All right, well, there's the purchase.
Give me a drum and bass remix of this. That's my new thing, drum and bass. Ever since Neon White.
FF725 周年をファンの皆様と楽しめるようさまざまな試みを準備しております。楽しみにお待ちください。それでは FF7 モバイルタイトルの情報を続けてご覧ください。
Did that chibi remake of Final Fantasy VII ever come out? Because I really did want to play that.
No, not yet.
Okay, hopefully we'll get it here.
The first soldier.
This is the Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I forgot about this. Like, I forgot how it looked.
God, this fucking soundtrack, man.
About 9 minutes in, everybody.
No, 3 minutes don't count.
Yo, put this on console. But like quietly, don't announce it. Just like slide it on there. Just want to play it once.
Thank God.
Another possibility.
Ever Crisis.
This is your Crisis Core remake.
Is this the one I was talking about before, the FF7 mobile
Yeah.
remake thing? Okay.
Looks like Metal Gear.
Thunderclap.
What's up with that? The bar on the bottom. Is that active time, or is that a new thing?
It looks like a variation of the active time battle system.
Fire engulfs everything.
Okay, yeah, so it's telling the story of Final Fantasy VII, but it's also including the compilation story stuff. Because Genesis is from Crisis Core.
It's basically a way for me to like catch up on like the entire FF7 story, and then get their mind blown by Remake Part 2. The fuck?
What?
現在配信中のファイナルファンタジー7ザ・ファーストソルジャーの新情報とファイナルファンタジー7エバークライシスの最新映像を
Tim, did you get what was happening with the what's his name?
Sephiroth?
Sephiroth.
No, in Advent Children,
皆様には
the
き
sequel,
っと喜んでいただける情報にな
there
る
was
んじゃないでしょうか。
other versions.
もち
I
ろ
don't know
ん
about the prequel shit.
私自身も
People in the
非
chat
常
are
に
saying
楽しみに
young
しています
Xehanort.
He looked a little bit like Riku from Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Boy,
It's Crisis Core. Holy fuck.
the price of freedom is steep.
Yes, it goddamn is Zach. Let's go.
Oh, I do remember that guy. Okay.
Zach speaking.
Making progress, Zach.
And Gio. I can cut
What if
loose,
this is
right?
out soon?
I can't believe this.
It's showtime.
Oh wow, okay, it's straight up a remake
Soldier
of Crisis
first
Core. That's the same
class,
battle
Genesis.
system.
A month ago,
Huh.
he went missing during a mission in Wutai.
You know, I've never actually seen you use that. Don't you think it's sort of a waste?
Use brings about wear, tear, and rust. And that's a real waste.
It's great too because this game's not that long. So it's like it'll be like a fun little story. At the end of it is 10 out of 10
G
hype.
gave birth to the man we know as Genesis.
Project G.
Project.
Do you think they say
Genesis.
2023?
Settle down,
Yeah.
Zach the puppy. What do you
That's
know?
wild.
Shit, we're lapdogs!
M. Lorenzo in the chat says, first game that made me cry. I am not ashamed to admit that then made me cry and makes me cry every time I rewatch it on YouTube.
I'm really excited for this.
Hello.
Heaven?
There's our girl.
Not quite.
Hey,
It's a
the
church.
queen.
By the way, what is your dream? To become first? Is it?
No, to become a hero.
Ah, good. Unattainable dreams are the best kind.
One-winged angel.
Embrace your dreams. And whatever happens, protect your honor.
As soldier! Come and get it!
Oh.
Whoa.
This winner.
Yes!
さて
We're eating
次のレビュー
everybody.
は最後の情報です
Oh
そ
my
れでは
god,
どう
are
ぞ
they about to give us
ご
a
覧ください
remake too?
Yo, they are churning these things out.
What we've done, that's set in stone. The past is forever. But the future,
Wow.
even if it has been written, can be changed. So focus
God
on
damn
the
it.
future, not the past.
He wants to finish what he started. He wants to reclaim his
Let's
birthright.
fucking go!
He
Rule
really
over the
said this
planet
winter.
With Genova at his side.
What is Sephiroth?
I saw you lying there. I figured it was too late.
God, this stream is
Wait,
dying.
what are you implying? That I died? That I'm some kind of imposter?
What?
This is
You
awesome.
were here with me.
It is going to divide
5
people
years
so
ago.
much, but I love it.
Where are you? What happened to you?
I'm trying so hard to find you.
Sorry. Feel like I failed you.
What's it called?
Rebirth.
That's sick as fuck.
Next
No
winner.
way! Yo!
Holy
That's
shit.
fucking crazy. Holy shit, dude.
ファイナルファンタジー7リ
That's
メイクプロジェクト
fucking
の第
insane.
2作目にあたるファイナルファンタジー7リバースを発表させていただきました。現在チーム一丸となって鋭意制作中です。そしてリメイクプロジェクトの発表時から複数作にわたって展開することをお伝えしておりましたが、ファイナルファンタジー7
Three parts.
リメイク、ファイナルファンタジー7リバース、そして その先のもう一作の
Wow.
全3部作で完結することをお知らせいたします。まずはファイナルファンタジー7リバースを楽しみにしていただき、ぜひ本プロジェクトの完結までお付き合いいただければと思います。25周年もそれ以降も皆様にお楽しみいただけるようチーム一同尽力してまいります。本日はお付き合いいただきましてありがとうございました。
Thank you.
So, remake, reunion for Crisis Core, Rebirth. Remake,
Yes.
Rebirth, Retribution for the third one?
Revengeance.
Revengeance? Of course.
All right.
Oh, it was right in front of me. I missed it. Reloaded, Revolution, Revenge,
I do like Revenge. Resurrection.
Resurrection.
Tim, how do you feel?
I can't believe it, you guys. Like, legitimately, this is easily the best anniversary event I've ever seen, period. But more than that, like, that is everything I could have ever asked for from this project. I can't believe it. Like, getting Crisis Core again, and it looks that good, and it's this year or early next year, whatever winter means, as part of the story of Remake, and we're getting Remake supposedly end of next year.
That's
that
wild.
trailer too, what they're showing, like the direction they're taking the story, all of that stuff. I need it. I need a second.
If we can bust open the spoiler walls, because I know like people can get sensitive about that, like at least Final Fantasy VII Remake spoilers, and I guess Final Fantasy VII spoilers as a whole, because I feel like we've gone past that with some of the stuff they're showing in that trailer. Tim, can you break down some of what we're seeing? Because it seems like they're directly referencing the timeline kind of splitting.
Oh, that's exactly what they're doing. Yeah, I mean, so Crisis Core essentially boils back to it's a prequel, like I was saying before we started reacting to this stuff. So it sets up all the story that you guys have already played, and I imagine that they're gonna kind of retrofit it to match the remake story as opposed to the story that we from the original. And on top of that, the way that the remake ends, with Zach kind of coming in and it being kind of weird and the dog changing, like when the flyer went by and all that, I wouldn't be surprised if this remake ends giving more context to that and changing the original ending of the first Crisis Core on PSP. And then seeing Remake 2, which is called Rebirth, all the things they're dealing with are like the timeline has now split, things are changing, and like Eris is supposed to die, but she didn't die. So it's like, what? Yeah. And it's not, that didn't happen yet, but like,
that happens in the original FF7.
Yeah, but it seems like that
seems like what she's talking about.
They're dealing with like, are there other ways to deal with this and all that? Those hints of Sephiroth like looking younger is interesting too. Like, I don't remember that in Crisis Core. I don't think it was in it. I can't wait to watch someone smarter than me break this down. Like this is a Maximilian Jude special.
Yeah, we need like Imran and the Don Khan. Like, we should have got him for this one because I would love to see you guys go back and forth. This is exciting. Like the fact that they're able to line up like this, like these many amounts of like entries into this version of Final Fantasy VII, because that means what we got: Final Fantasy VII Remake by Tim. We got Final Fantasy VII Remake, 2020, Integrate 2021. We're getting this. Or Ever Crisis, seemingly end of 2022, and then Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, aka Remake Part 2, whatever you want to call it, 2023. And then you'd imagine that we're getting the final entry, the third entry, a couple years after that, and you imagine that they'll probably have another iteration between that as well. That's wild that they're able to actually line that up and have it come out with that cadence. Because we were thinking like, end of generation, we're gonna see this thing finally wrap up.
Honestly, I couldn't be more excited about these announcements. And, it's take it with a grain of salt with any game release date or whatever. But this news is the best news possible for me because, like I said, Final Fantasy VII Remake, they announced it. But once they re-announced it, it actually came out in a timely fashion, And I feel like this is more akin to that. So go for it, Greg.
Remember, winter doesn't mean this year. Winter means, 2023 too.
They did say this winter though, which I feel like kind of implies...
But that's what this winter is. That I'm with you. I understand that. I wouldn't be surprised if it was February.
I'm not mad at that at all.
Of course. I'm not
even
saying
then. Looking at.
I just see everybody over here trying to, say it's coming, it's happening right now. I'm just saying, be careful, everybody. Be careful. Don't hurt yourselves.
This is perfect. This is fucking perfect, you guys. Like this is like I thought that there was going to be no way that I would leave this and be like, oh man, they should have been at Summer Game Fest though. Like that was a bigger stage and all this. This was so awesome. This is so hype for like showing respect and love to 25 years of Final Fantasy VII. Get even the mobile stuff, all the anniversary final and all that shit. Like 10 minutes, keep it tight. Get in, get out, move on. This is a 5 out of 5 showcase in my heart of hearts.
Yeah, it got me really excited the way that I was mad hype coming off of Final Fantasy VII Remake when I beat that, because I felt so much of the FF7 energy that like I went back and I started playing Final Fantasy VII, the original, on my PS4, and I played like 20 hours of it before I was like, okay, I'm lost. I don't know what to do. Like I'm actually like, no joke, I'm excited to play the mobile version whenever that comes out, because I do want to understand all the context of the full story of FF7 and see the ways in which they break that stuff. Like my only critique with this thing is that I was hoping for an orchestra. Like I wanted like them to announce the Final Fantasy VII orchestra, but like we're gonna get that sooner or later. And I'm sure that's already been done recently. Like I'm just not when I was paying attention.
Well, they did it in the beginning of 2020, so it got all
gotcha
fucked up. But in the chat, Abe Froman 3 says, no, Tim, Perfect would have been announcing remake for Xbox. Fuck Square. Yeah, real talk. That does suck. I'm very surprised it's only coming to Steam. It would have been really cool to see it come to Xbox as well.
I with that and then them announcing too, I wonder if, because we assume that they have PlayStation has some console exclusivity deal. I wonder if the original exclusivity deal is that like they get these exclusively on console until all 3 are out.
Possibly, I can see it. That can be.
Yeah.
I mean, that would make sense for why we haven't seen it yet.
Labor Days 12 says Crisis Core is coming to Xbox also, which is weird.
Okay, that's what there was a lot of platforms on Crisis Core.
Yeah, can you get there, Barrett?
Yeah, I'll find it.
Greg, sorry, I'm talking a lot here and shit. What's your takeaway from all of this?
Oh, what a great showcase. You know what I mean? Like I'm not obviously as hype as you because I don't have the background in it, but you know how much I loved Remake. Like I, enjoyed Final Fantasy VII Remake, our game of the year that year quite a bit. And so I'm totally stoked for more. I'll play Crisis Core. I'll play Rebirth.
Yeah, Xbox Series X and Xbox One
and Switch.
Was it ever or what was this one called?
Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII Reunion.
I'm gonna confuse those so much.
Yeah, so here's what's really interesting, and this is getting into some really stupid nerdy shit. But so Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII is the prequel to Final Fantasy VII, and it deals with Zack, Sephiroth, and this other guy, Angeal, when they were younger, like kind of training in the soldier program, and then eventually they bring up Cloud, who's like a new recruit essentially. But then there was Final Fantasy VII, and then there was Advent Children, which was the movie. The whole point of Advent Children was the reunion, which was essentially, I'm going to boil this down in a way that's not totally accurate, but it was like trying to bring back Sephiroth using Genova, which was a thing that you guys dealt with a little bit in the remake. But then the idea was they were trying to reunite together to reform Sephiroth and have him come back, which is what happens in the movie. So I'm interested in them using that same subtitle or that subtitle for the prequel as opposed to later. But those are the storylines that eventually get there. And the reunion, the 3 people look like younger Sephiroths in different forms. I'm gonna try to find a picture to explain to you guys. I forget their names, and my keyboard's dead, so I can't do that.
Go put it in the sun. Go put it in the sun.
Yeah, exactly. Barrett, if you could just Google image search and pull that up,
what am I searching?
Can you search for Yazoo and Loz?
I love this franchise.
LOZ and YAZOO.
Yazoo.
Someone in the chat, because like I played the original Final Fantasy VII and not much like connecting afterwards. I don't even know what picture to bring up here. There's so.
Well, just bring up the Google image search, and I can
bring up the one where they're naked.
Okay. Well, all right. You're a freaking pervert.
Kadaj is the other one. Yeah.
Someone was asking, won't people who want to, if they check out Crisis Core before playing Part 2, doesn't that spoil some of Cloud's backstory? Which I mean,
it all kind of lines up together. I mean, Crisis Core and a lot. I mean, we're in spoiler mode now, so I'm just going to say this. But
spoilers are happening.
A lot of the memories that Cloud has in the original game aren't his. It's him kind of like reliving what he thought was his, but it was actually Zack's, which is what you experience in Crisis Core. So there's like a lot of weird amnesia shit going on. We are joined by the one and only Imran the Don Khan. How you doing, Imran?
Happy Final Fantasy 7 Day, everybody.
Woo!
Woo!
How hyped are you, Imran?
I am like, okay, so I thought there was a pretty reasonable chance of this. I didn't think we'd get a fucking trailer. I didn't think we'd get a name. Holy shit, yeah. Yeah.
I didn't expect Crisis Core remake, dude. I know there was the rumors. I didn't believe it.
I thought, a simple remaster of the PSP game, whatever. That's kind of above expectations for me. Also, this winter, Square Enix is actually putting games out at an insane pace.
Yes.
Like, what? This is not the Square Enix I know. What fucking multiverse have we fallen into where they're putting out an FF7 remake sequel next winter and Crisis Core this winter?
Come on, man.
And like in between that, you're getting Final Fantasy 16. That's fucking crazy, dude.
We're spoken. I guess we're talking what the fuck ever we're spoken, but like still games. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Imran, I have one question for you. The end of this Crisis Core trailer, we see Sephiroth kind of flashing. Was it this one or was it Ever Crisis that did it?
It's
see
Ever
Sephiroth.
Crisis.
That was Ever Crisis.
Okay. What's going on?
I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. I think they're just trying to hint that Ever Crisis is like a thing, that like there's something weird to it, but I don't know exactly what that thing specifically is about.
Gotcha. Wow. I haven't been this hyped from video game announcements in a very fucking long time. Like, this is so damn cool.
All right, I apologize because I was like doing news before I came here. Did you guys talk about the fact that this looks like an open world game?
No.
This looks like an open world game. Nomura has basically said, hey, I have some pictures of Cloud walking around an open world, which I think is what starts this trailer. This, I think, now that we're out of Midgar, we're in an open world area. Or open-ish, I guess.
Maybe like open zone, like Sonic Frontiers.
Like Sonic Frontiers.
Oh, man. Any key takeaways before we head out here, Imran?
They announced 3 games. They announced 3 games in this series. So there's a 3rd game already announced. Presumably Nomura is going to come back around for that one because he's not directing this one.
Interesting.
They didn't give it
open. Holy shit!
Chat has been saying apparently somewhere Nomura confirmed that he's working pre-production on part 3 already.
Yeah, so he's doing Kingdom Hearts 4 in the 3rd game. So I assume this game is going to mostly play it straight, and then we're going to get close to the end of Final Fantasy VII's story. And then the 3rd game is where it goes super fucking off the rails. It just goes absolutely balls out Kingdom Hearts insane.
Also, that was Sephiroth walking with Cloud, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Was that like a flashback? Was that what the fuck is going on there?
I'm going to guess that's the Nibelheim flashback.
Okay.
So Imran, what's your bet on the Crisis Core Rebirth end? Do they keep the same end, or do they make an end that leads into a remake better?
I think they keep the same end. Then post credits is they like rewind back to it, and then they show like the thing that happened at the end of remake. They could honestly just reuse the same cutscene if they wanted to.
Dude, totally. And that's my thing is like I feel like it makes the most sense to have a different end, but I also don't want them to change the end because I think it is one of the best video game endings of all time.
Right.
So, oh my god, yes.
Oh yeah.
All right, well, we're going to end here. I'm going to rewatch this 1,000 times, but I love you all. I'm happy we all could enjoy this together. Sometimes video games are cool. Maybe Andy was onto something with that. But until next time, thank you all for hanging out. Imran, we love you. Bye.